Good afternoon. My name is Benjamin Bowers. This class is ftt100, week 7 assignment. Instructor Mr. Cody Myers, and today is the 21st of September 2025. Today I will be doing the 8 cycles of operations using a SIG P365 fuse, which is a recoil operated striker fired polymer 9mm pistol used for carry and self-defense. The first thing that I would like to do before we get into it is go ahead and show clear. Slide the bolt to the slide to the rear, lock it to the rear. I visually inspect the chamber, physically inspect, look through the magazine, see clear. This weapon is now clear. The first thing that we're going to go over are the 8 cycles of operations defined for you before I show them. And the number 1 is feeding. It's when the cartridge is stripped from the magazine and makes the round go to the chamber. Chambering is the cartridge is fully seated in the chamber. It then locking the chamber, the slide and barrel locked together, seals the chamber to fire. The 4th step is firing. The trigger's pulled, releasing the fire pin. Striker hits the primer, ignites the gunpowder. Number 5, unlocking. The slide and the barrel unlock after the bullet exits the barrel. 6, extracting. Spent casing is pulled from the chamber. 7, ejecting. The spent casing is ejected from the handgun. And 8, cocking. The firing mechanism is reset for the next shot. The cycle would then go again. So the first thing that I would want to do is pull my slide to the rear, lock it to the rear, set it down. Today I'm going to be using my magazine with 5 red dummy rounds. These are dummy rounds, but to better show the procedures, it's nice to have something to pull back and show. So the first thing is chambering. So given that the slide is already to the rear, I'm going to take the magazine, insert it into the mag well. As I hit the mag release button, the first round then chambers forward. It is now in the chamber. The bolt has and the barrel have locked. The round is in the chamber. The next step is firing. I would pull the trigger. The round would fire. The first thing that happens ballistically is the internal combustion when the striker fire hits, or the striker hits the primer. And then when the round leaves the casing, it is transitionally moving through the barrel, down the barrel. When it leaves out of the barrel, it has externally entered the ballistics. And then the last part of ballistics that would happen would be the terminal where the round hits the target. So I've pulled the trigger, the round is fired. What would happen based off the recoil, the slide would go to the rear, extracting and injecting that round simultaneously. Given that there's another round in there, the slide will go forward, taking that round off the top of the magazine, putting it into the chamber where it locks again. Pull the trigger, the round fires, the internal, transitional, external, and terminal ballistics happen again. Based off the recoil, the slide or the recoil spring and the guide rod, the slide goes to the rear, extracting, and then injecting that round. And it will continue to be the same process until all the rounds are fired. You can then drop the magazine with the magazine release, show clear, visually, physically, look through the magazine, I see clear. Now, the next thing to do is to disassemble this weapon. With the slide already to the rear, I'm going to take the slide release lever, rotating it downward. Once it has gone down, I'll hit the slide release, sliding the barrel, the slide off of the lower receiver, and the first part of cleaning begins. So it says, according to the SDI cleaning lab, the cleaning the polymer-based pistol part with solvent, and then there are 4 slide parts that need to be lubed, slide rails that need to be lubed with 1 drop of oil each. I will then take the guide rod and the spring off, unlocking the barrel, pulling the barrel off from the slide. The first step would be to clean the barrel with solvent. CLP works great. Clean the outside of it, showing most attention to the feed ramp right here. Make sure there's no carbon and no fouling. You would then take a bore brush. You would run your bore brush through the barrel. Use pads, cloth to run it through. Do what you can to keep the bore inside dry. Use an air hose to dry it off, as well as the trigger mechanism. Part of it does not need any oil, does not need any attention other than just wiping it down. The slide in and of itself, clean the inside with a cloth, making sure that you take oil, solvent, using the guide rod rails here. You put a drop or 2 in each rail, and then that would be good for that. If you have an optic on the top like I do, it's good to have a lens cleaner, a little cloth. Otis makes a great cloth and a great cleaning kit. And then so I would go and reassemble this pistol the same way that I took it down. Put the barrel in first, ensuring that it locks. Take the guide rod spring, put it in the slot that it goes, turn it over, make sure everything's locked in. And then take the slide, line it back up with the rails on the pistol, slide it to the rear, lock the bolt to the rear, or the slide to the rear, returning the slide release back to its normal position, releasing the slide forward, take it, squeeze the trigger, everything works good, and you have a clear, cleaned, and ready to fire weapon. Thank you.